Hello, Tom Levecka here with the continuation of our New Theory podcast. As of a very special guest today, Kim Interdonato, joining us. Where are you from, Kim? Long Island?
I am from Long Island, New York, yes.
And you hear, as they say, what? Shoes are like men, correct?
Yes, it is.
So, which is the name of her book. So, Kim, first start us off. Tell us about where you grew up and your formative years.
Sure. I grew up here on Long Island. I kind of never left because I love it here so much. I was a figure skater my entire life, and I'm now doing figure skating and power skating with no intentions of ever writing a book until I had quite a few bad dates and being so depressed about it. I had kind of read a book that made me think a little bit, and that there's a bigger universe out there. And instead of thinking negative, the more I thought negative about it, the more negative dating I was doing. Turned around and wrote a funny book because I wanted to make it a positive experience. And that's what I hope the book is projecting out to women and men alike. It's not to man bash. It is not to, I think most men that hear it say, oh God, what kind of shoe am I? Even Alec Baldwin said the same thing to me. And it was kind of a funny little conversation. But it's not. It's more, I more bash myself more than anybody else. But it's funny. It's, growing up, I just, I'm a very plain, simple girl, and I'm fun. And I like to laugh a lot. And that very much came out in the book, which I'm very happy about.
Okay, so how are men like shoes?
Well, most men that ask me about the book always ask, well, what shoe am I? I said, well, first of all, you got to read the book. There's definitely different shoe styles. There's broken shoes. That's the guy that, you're trying to fix your entire life. There's also the hot shoe, which is always everybody's favorite. Well, that girl wants that hot guy, that hot shoe. The shoes you get online, so the guys you meet online. You can even get your comfy shoe. The comfy shoe is not what you think it is in the book, but you can relate to whatever you want. My comfy shoe happened to be somebody that I was very good friends with and still remain friends with.
Okay.
So every guy fits into a different category.
Okay, so is it more? So, are the type of shoe, is it more about them or more about you?
In the book, every chapter will give you a shoe style, will give you a man's personality, and kind of more or less a date I did or did not go on.
Okay, so who should read this? Is it more a guidebook for somebody who's single and hey, I want to find the right guy, I might guide it better, or maybe somebody in a relationship that could use it maybe as a frame of reference to see if they have the right shoe on?
That's a very good question. I'm going to tell you, it's probably, I've gotten so many reviews on Amazon, and some of them were from men, some of them from women. And for women, I think it's kind of like a walk down memory lane, and to see what kind of shoes they've gone out with and what guy fits into what category. As far as for men, they certainly don't want to be the guy that's the shoe on sale, or they try to read it with a very light-hearted, approach to it, and they kind of get more of a good laugh as to, oh yeah, I've done that to a woman, and yeah, that's happened to me.
Okay. So with that being said, okay, so you wrote your book. Okay, so I wrote a book as well, and frankly, there's not a ton of money in books. Don't get me wrong; you're probably going to sell a lot. Did you self-publish, or did you go through a publishing house?
I actually went through. It was kind of unique. I went through a self-publishing, but he was kind of unique about it. It's Mindstorm Media. They don't take on everybody. He picks and chooses the work that he wants to do, and he's more of like a mentor.
Yeah.
And I really like that because I've learned a lot in writing a book. Yeah. And now as I'm writing the second one, I know what not to do, and that's it was a really good benchmark for where I was going. And I'm really happy I did this, and now I'm able to take the book anywhere I want to.
Okay, yeah, because you retain the rights. It's kind of a that's more common now. It's like a hybrid approach because you go full publishing, They own the rights. You make less, but you get better distribution, hopefully some promotion. You do it yourself. You're stuck, but you don't get the resources. So yeah, we're hearing more about what they call a hybrid approach. Okay, where does it fit into your journey? So is this a book? Was it a hobby? Does it support a professional service you're looking to sell? Where does it fit into your journey professionally?
On my personal journey?
Either or. Like, we're more of a business focused podcast, so I want to hear. I wrote a book. Candidly, I lost money in my book. I sold like 2,500 units, and I lost money. However, it got me a lot of big, retainer slash subscription clients, right? So it was kind of means to an end, or like a platform. Where does this fit into you and your journey professionally?
It's funny. When I wrote the book, I never had any intentions of it to get as big as it has at this point. It was kind of more of a shock, more or less, to me.
Okay.
I'm hoping with this book would segue nicely into the next one. Profit-wise, I'm not making money off of it.
Don't worry, nobody is.
Right now,
nobody,
as of right now.
Nobody is.
I can't say that that's not going to be the future.
Yeah.
You're also an author, so you know what it takes to become one. And
Yep.
And if you did self-publish, you know that you are the one putting in all the work, and you are the one that's doing the legwork, the promotions. But I'm finding that it's kind of more or less a hobby, and right now,
Correct.
hoping that it would turn into something better. But I'm kind of leaving it. I'm kind of leaving it with my faith, and I'm kind of leaving it in the hands of God right now, and saying, listen, this is what I put out there. I hope everyone reads it, enjoys it, and I put it out there also not even for a business standpoint. I wanted people to read it and be like, more or less read it and say, oh, you know what? I went through the same thing, and kind of, sit on my coattails and go, okay, I've been through the same thing. So, if I make money off of it, I make money off of it. If I don't make money off of it, well, I'm blessed to have such a great career that I love that I don't need to make money off of it right now.
Love it. All right. So we're going to go into a quick speed round. I'm going to ask you some quick questions.
Sure.
And I ask you to answer them in one sentence or less. So first question, best day of your life?
Oh, I had a lot of those. Probably the day I had my son.
Worst day of your life?
The day I had my son. No, I'm kidding. The worst day, the day my grandfather died.
Sorry to hear that. And then most money you made in a day?
Most money I made in a day. That's a tough one. Oh, when I sold my car.
Okay. You could pick only one of these. You can be a best-selling worldwide author, right? And be at the recognition level of an A1 movie star, with the exception is the money all goes to charity, right? Or I can give you $1 million check to write again. Which do you pick?
Definitely the one that goes to charity.
Beautiful. So it's your passion. All right. So where can we find your book? That's most important.
You can find my book on Amazon. It's the best place to buy it. I'm a big Amazon Prime person.
Nice.
BarnesandNoble.com. And it is in also the East Hampton bookstores. It's out there this year.
Did you grind that out yourself, or your publisher got you picked up?
To be honest, I did all the legwork on all my stuff. Even my publisher is quite amazed at how much I've gotten so far, considering I'm very, very new at this. So if any of your listeners are listening to this, please, if you want to do something, you'll do it. If there's a will, there's a way.
Well, that's the thing, and the takeaway here is one, obviously, get your book, and we'll put some links in the bio, so that's easy. But then also in terms of publishing, don't think it's like the old days, and the old days have been a long time ago, where you sign up for a publisher, get a big check, get a big advance, and then become famous. Actually, the opposite. You would probably pay to get the book published because you do a hybrid approach. And then you got to grind it out. You go to local mom and pop bookstores, if there are a few around, ask them to carry it. And even if they carry it, they still may return it. So So I have much respect for you, Kim. I'm going to check out your book, and I'm going to put a link in bio to make sure everyone can get your book on Amazon because I like Amazon as well. Any parting thoughts to our listeners?
You know, just to be honest with you, my famous thing with this book is I just want everyone to think very, very positive with this book. You know, it's a fun, happy book, and that's what's meant to be put. It was put out there to be that. You know, would I love to make money off of it? Of course I would. You know, I'm a hockey instructor and I'm a single mom. Of course I'd love to make money off of it. Realistically, I don't know if I'm going to or not. But I'm hoping that someone catches the eye, caught the eye of the Daily News. I hope someone actually picks it up and says, you know, this is really funny and this is going to make a great storyline someday. And it is. It's cute. It's funny. It's light. And in the world we live in today, and when you put on the news, it's stressful. You put on TV shows and reality shows. They're all stressful. This isn't stressful. I want you to take it, go to the beach, have a good laugh, talk to your girlfriends, talk to your guy friends, and it's conversational.
Beautiful. So this is Kim Internado, Men Are Like Shoes. Find it on
Shoes Are Like Men.
Shoes Are Like Men. Sorry. Shoes
Yes,
Are Like
there is a Men Are Like Shoes. This one, Shoes Are Like Men.
Shoes Are Like
the
Men.
other one's a different concept.
And we'll send a link in the bio. And Kim, thank you for joining the New Theory podcast.
Thank you so much, Thomas.
Our pleasure.